Welcome to Troy Running Blind. I'm Troy. Happy New Year. I ask you first to please like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and comment for the algorithm. Let's help to grow this channel in the new year. So what I want to talk about for the new year is not New Year's resolutions, but setting goals. And I want to relate this from a personal goal that I've set to a goal for those who are trying to be more independent. And so a personal goal that I set of mine is to run 8-minute miles for my longer runs of 8 to 10 miles. My average run lately is between 7 and 9 miles. And on a good day, I can run 8-minute miles for about 7 miles. Pretty consistent. However, getting beyond that, it's a little bit of a challenge. And so I set a goal that by July, I would like to be able to run without any issues on any given day, 8 to 10 miles, all 8-minute miles. And that's obtainable. It's a very reasonable goal because I already have a strong foundation. Okay, I have no cardiovascular issues. I have no nagging knee pain or things that need attention. It just takes some training. And so what I've done is I've said, okay, by July I'd like to be able to run 8-minute miles for between 8 and 10 miles, and on any given day. And how I'm going to do that is by doing some faster tempo runs. So tempo runs are a little bit quicker than what my 8-minute mile pace would be for roughly the same distance. And then the other run that I have in mind I'll be working on is actually running beyond the 10 miles. So a couple times every week or two, I'm going to be hitting that 10, 11 mile mark and going just beyond what I want to do. Okay, it's that time on my feet. That way it's taking me even longer before I get fatigued. That way when I do the 8 to 10 miles, 8-minute miles, it's not going to seem like such a big deal. So how I relate that to you being more independent is you have to have the foundational skills before you set a goal. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to start with travel. And let's say you want to be able to walk to a local restaurant. About a mile away, you got to cross one major street and maybe a minor street or two, a couple minor streets, okay? And you've never had any travel instruction. You've never had travel. And you've set this goal for spring. And that's just an unreasonable goal. You're setting yourself up for frustration. So make sure the goal that you set is obtainable because you have the foundational skills. So for instance, if you want to set that goal of being able to walk to a restaurant about a mile away where you got to cross one major lighted intersection, several minor streets, then you should already have the foundational skills of good cane technique, knowing your cardinal directions, being able to distinguish between streets and drives. Okay, and then you can start working on things like crossing streets. How do I analyze streets? What is the process? And that's not it's not something that you take lightly, because anytime you put yourself in the street, you're putting yourself in danger. And so I've always told my students, your goal is to get out of the street as quickly as possible when you're crossing it. Doesn't mean you have to run across the street. It means you need to know how to get placement and alignment, end up where you want to be, where you need to be safe. All right, and that takes time. It takes practice. So make sure your goal is obtainable, because you already possess the foundational skills. Otherwise, you may set smaller goals that lead up to that bigger goal. So if you don't currently possess those travel skills to be able to walk to the restaurant, then spring's not going to be feasible. But maybe the summer is feasible. Okay, I want to be able to walk to this, say by July. And so you set that goal of being able to independently walk to the restaurant by July, and you're going to start your cane travel lessons very, very soon. Okay, we can relate this to cooking as well. If you're a person who has only ever cooked ramen noodles for yourself, and you set a goal of making Easter dinner for say a family of 15, that it's just an unreasonable expectation of yourself. You're going to set yourself up for frustration and possibly even failure. Okay, you have to start off small. Okay, I've got to learn how to measure, I've got to learn how to mix, I've got to learn how to time things, I've got to learn time management skills in the kitchen, to make sure everything ends up getting done at roughly the same time. Okay, so you need to be able to have these skills already, or a good foundation, before you can say, okay, I'm going to cook this dinner for Easter for a family of 15, even though I only know how to cook ramen right now. It only gives you 3 months, down the road. That's not very long. Okay, so what you may do instead is say, okay, I'm going to learn how to make a couple different desserts, and I'm going to take care of dessert for Easter. All right, and then I'm going to continue working on my skills, and maybe by Thanksgiving I'll be able to put on that Thanksgiving dinner successfully. So again, make sure you possess the foundational skills, and that your goal is reasonable, so that you don't frustrate yourself and ultimately become depressed over something that, okay, really you just didn't give yourself enough time. So coming up tomorrow, the video drops for the question and answers. I will be answering the questions that were emailed to me. I also have a few that, as I've come across people in public, that they have asked. One thing I want you to keep in mind is keep the questions coming. TroyRunningBlind@gmail.com, because we can do these question and answer sessions every few months, and keep answering the questions that come in. So keep them coming in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Very important to do that. Share this video, share this channel to family and friends, coworkers who need the information or could use the information. Put it on your social media platform, the link for it. Until tomorrow, Happy New Year, and make sure to set those goals and keep them reasonable. All right, till tomorrow, see ya.